Morning, Rupert.
Good morning, David. You look as if you're about to go and join the Prince and Princess of Wales on their Caribbean island for their half-term jolly to Mustique.
How did you guess? Yes, I am. Yes, I am, Rupert. If you're still there, shall we start? Actually, instead of starting there, can we talk about King Charles? Apparently, he's going to be deployed on a charm offensive mission to the United States. I think it's fair to say that we have a rather rocky relationship right now, or the government has a rocky relationship with the United States and with Trump. So cue the King.
Well, cue the King and the Prince of Wales. I think the issue is Donald Trump is a royalist. As we saw during his presidential election campaign, he was very happy to share pictures of his state visit with the Queen. He is at heart a bit of an Anglophile, for whatever he may be saying about members of the Labour Party and his team saying about members of the Labour Party. At heart, he's a bit of an Anglophile, and he's very much a royalist. So I think it actually, with the fact that the King might be able to provide a bit of soft politics, that's part of the role of the royal family when they go on state visits, is to open doors and be that sort of good view of Great Britain, as it were, going on tour. So actually, it's probably quite shrewd of Keir Starmer to say, well, I'll put the King in the firing line because I may be having to he may have a different view of what he thinks of me. But the King, and he, we know Donald Trump loves his ego being stroked, and the King, I'm sure, will be very good to making Donald Trump feel that this is a great moment in his life to be with the King and indeed the Prince of Wales.
And, of course, in the United States. And if this comes to fruition, it will be the first time a British monarch has visited the United States since 2007.
Yes, well, obviously, that would have been the late Queen. So in many ways, it's probably due to happen. But it's probably even more important given the rocky nature of the relationship between the various political parties either side of the Atlantic. So it is important that the King, who's very keen to fulfill his role, even with the fact that he's still recovering from cancer, he wants to be out and about, and he would see this as an important visit to have, whenever that should be.
And what happens, and heaven forbid this doesn't happen, but if the King then needs treatment for his cancer, is there a backup plan?
Well, again, everything's been movable with the royal family. Everything has been doctors-led. So if there is, maybe something does happen, then perhaps the Prince of Wales would step in and take it. But
Welcome, dear viewers. In the heart of the royal circles, a significant event is brewing. As we speak, whispers reverberate through the hallowed halls of Buckingham Palace. The British royal family is planning its most substantial charm offensive yet, this time targeting North America. The scale of the event is nothing short of monumental, with all the grandeur that befits a royal tour. There will be flights that pierce the clouds, motorcades that stretch as far as the eye can see, and accommodations that redefine luxury. The personalities involved are no less than royalty itself, King Charles and Queen Camilla, and perhaps even William and Kate. But this is not just any royal tour. The itinerary includes a meeting with a particularly notable figure, Donald Trump. Now, if you're thinking that this sounds familiar, you're absolutely right. When Harry and Meghan travel for work or charity, they too meet with influential figures, they too are surrounded by luxury, and they too are the centre of media attention. But the reactions couldn't be more different. When Harry and Meghan embark on similar trips, the media erupts with accusations of hypocrisy and environmental irresponsibility. Suddenly, every flight they take, every hotel they stay in, every meeting they attend is scrutinised and criticised. But now, as the royal family prepares for its largest charm offensive, the public reactions are noticeably different. Instead of outrage, there's anticipation. Instead of criticism, there's curiosity. Instead of accusations of hypocrisy, there's intrigue. It's a stark contrast that raises a crucial question. Why the double standards? Why does the media vilify Harry and Meghan for their travels, while glorifying the royal family for theirs? As we delve into this, one can't help but wonder, where is the outrage for this taxpayer-funded royal PR stunt? Now, let's peel back the layers of this royal visit. You see, beneath the surface of this grand tour, there's an undercurrent of manoeuvring that's hard to ignore. It's not a stretch to suggest that the main motivation behind this expedition isn't diplomatic, but a quest to salvage the monarchy's relevance, especially in America. Remember, America is where Harry and Meghan have carved out a life independent of royal control, a life that has been scrutinised and criticised at every turn. Yet, it is also a life that has been embraced and celebrated by many. The success of their ventures, such as the deeply human Spare and their groundbreaking Netflix series, has created a ripple effect, reaching hearts and minds worldwide. These ventures haven't just been successful, they've given Harry and Meghan a platform, a voice that's uncontrolled by the palace. They've exposed truths that the palace perhaps wanted to keep hidden, loosening the grip of the monarchy's control over their narrative. This has undoubtedly made an impact that the royal family now seeks to counter. The royal tour is a strategic move, a way to reclaim the narrative, to show that the monarchy still holds sway, particularly in America. It's a charm offensive, no doubt, but it's also an assertion of power, a reminder of royal prestige and influence. But while the palace may be able to control the narrative, there's one thing they can't control: the truth. The truth about their motivations, the truth about their attempts to counter the influence of Harry and Meghan, the truth about their desire to remain relevant in an ever-changing world. And this is the crux of the matter. This royal visit isn't just about diplomacy or strengthening ties, it's about optics, power and control. But as we peel back the layers, we reveal the deeper motivations at play. The palace walls have secrets, but the truth, as they say, always finds a way. In this royal chess game, an unexpected player makes a move. Enter Donald Trump, a figure whose past interactions with the royals have been anything but diplomatic. Remember when he suggested Harry should be deported, or when he openly criticised Meghan? It seems those instances have been conveniently forgotten, brushed under the carpet of media silence. Now, this same man is being courted by the very institution he once disrespected. It's almost as if the royal family has adopted a "friend of my enemy is my enemy" mentality. As Harry and Meghan continue to build their life in America, away from the palace's control, it appears the monarchy is willing to align with anyone who can help counter their influence. And what of the media's role in this? The same outlets that once trumpeted accusations of hypocrisy and environmental irresponsibility at Harry and Meghan's travels now remain silent as the royals engage with Trump. The same media that hounded the couple for breaking royal protocol now ignore the royals' association with a man who openly disrespected their family. Is this a case of double standards, or a deliberate play to salvage the monarchy's relevance in America? It's hard to say. But it's clear that the royal family is willing to play a high-stakes game in the court of public opinion, even if it means bending the rules of their own protocol. As this saga unfolds, it's worth questioning the narrative being presented. The same media that vilifies Harry and Meghan for stepping out of line are now conveniently turning a blind eye to the royals' association with Trump. Why the sudden change of heart? Why the deafening silence? One can't help but wonder if there's more to this story than meets the eye. In this royal chess game, it seems the pieces are being moved, with a strategy that defies conventional wisdom. And as the game progresses, it's becoming increasingly clear that the rules of the royal protocol are as fluid as the waters of the Thames. In the royal family, there is always a plan B. When it comes to this North American charm offensive, that plan B might very well be Prince William and Duchess Kate. You see, there's a chance that King Charles may stay back due to health reasons, and in such a case, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge are said to be on standby. Now, this is significant, not simply because it's a backup plan, but because it could herald the first major royal visit to the US since 2007, marking a bold statement in the annals of royal history. But let's not get ahead of ourselves or get swept in the grandeur of royal visits. You see, the real story here isn't about the who, it's about the why. It's not about the royal faces that will grace the American soil. It's about the motive behind this anticipated visit. The royal family is not simply looking to strengthen ties with America. No, they are playing a much bigger game. Imagine a chessboard, where every move is calculated, every decision strategic. This royal visit is a knight's move, designed to counter the influence of Harry and Meghan, to regain control of the narrative, and to assert their power. So whether it's Charles or William and Kate who step off that plane, the underlying motive remains the same. This isn't about diplomacy or building international bridges. It's about optics, power, and control. So when the royal motorcade rolls down the American streets, remember this. It's not about who's waving from the car, it's about the chess game being played behind the scenes. But remember, this isn't about strengthening ties, it's a game of optics, power and control. In the grand scheme of things, everyone has a part to play. Let's take a step back and consider this. Harry and Meghan have managed to carve out a global presence, independent of the palace's control. Their influence spans continents, reaching hearts and minds far beyond the confines of the United Kingdom. They've used their platform to shine a light on causes they care about, unencumbered by palace protocol or the traditional royal playbook. And it seems the palace is not taking this lying down. The upcoming royal tour is not just about diplomacy or even public relations. It's a power play, a calculated move to counter the influence Harry and Meghan have gained. The media, ever the puppet master behind the scenes, is instrumental in this. They paint narratives, shape opinions, and stir up controversies with the stroke of a pen. But let's not forget, they too are part of the grander game. The narrative they craft often serves a purpose beyond mere reporting. It influences public perception, sways opinions, and can even set agendas. When Harry and Meghan travel for work or engage in philanthropy, the media's outcry is swift and unforgiving. Yet the imminent royal tour, with its flights, motorcades, and luxury accommodations all funded by taxpayer money, is met with deafening silence. This is not about Harry and Meghan. It's about a centuries-old institution grappling with change and relevance in a rapidly evolving world. It's about the struggle for control and the desperate attempt to maintain a grip on the narrative. So as the press slams Harry and Meghan, remember, the biggest PR game is being played by the institution that pretends to be above it all. The game is afoot, and we are all spectators. But we can choose to be informed spectators, seeing beyond the sensational headlines and understanding the underlying power dynamics at play.